Hey, what's up? We're live.
We are live and awake.
Yes,
So excited.
yes, we got a great show for you today. It's gonna be so exciting. If this is your first time here and you're watching us on the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay by pressing pound replay, and then that way we know that you're watching the replay. Welcome to all our replay viewers.
Yes, welcome.
Woo!
Our live viewers.
This is gonna be so fun.
Yes,
Yes. Who's ready?
we are ready, girl. I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
Yes. Welcome. Invite your friends in. Make sure you invite your friends in.
Yeah, don't forget with sharing, we're gonna do prizes for people who share. So we gotta share.
Welcome. Yes. Welcome to the Happy Healthy Mommy Show. Woo! I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for being here. I know there's so many things that you could be doing right now, and you're right here watching this show. So I thank you for supporting the show and for supporting the movement of creating a community and a movement of happy, healthy mommies. So thank you. You know, part of being a happy, healthy mommy and what my commitment and Esther's commitment is we are here to support physical health. You know, so it could be weight loss or dealing with different health issues, whatever it is to keep a mommy healthy. We also talk about mental health, and we also talk about financial health. So our guest today is going to talk about some fantastic stuff. But before we get into all of that, my name is Connie Rivera. I am an HBN consultant, and I am also a productivity, accountability, fantastic coach. And my commitment is to absolutely help mommies find fun, success in their direct sales business without compromising their family time. So that's what I'm up to. And then we have Esther.
Hi, I'm Esther Norlee. I have a few endeavors. You know, obviously I'm a real estate agent, but I also am a consultant for a few companies. But I love created this talk show to empower women and to help us with issues that are sometimes taboo and people don't want to talk about them, but they're important to talk about. And so that way we can let all women know that they're not alone in their suffering, in their happiness, and in all what they want to be. We are here for you. Again, our mission is to empower women's mental, physical, and financial health, because happy mom is a happy wife, a happy life. Okay, happy wife, happy life. But it's good for self-motivation, self-confidence, and I'm so excited today on our episode 3. Today's episode 3 of our Happy Healthy Mommy Talk Show.
I have a contest. You know, I always have a something.
Oh yeah, she's good.
I always have a something. So, you know, we are starting our new talk show. You're here, you're supporting. I appreciate you. So this is my request. My request is that you share. Click the share button and share with someone. Share the live, share it on your page, share. The person that shares the most is going to get a prize pack bundle shipped from me. So I am personally going to get your address and ship you a prize pack bundle, which includes a $25 gift certificate towards some really fantastic product that's going to make you healthy. It's also going to include some really like fancy little accessories that I make as well. So that's what we're putting together. So the person that shares the most is going to get a prize pack. So share.
Share our group. And
sharing is caring.
Yeah. So we did promote our new guest that's going to be coming with us. It's a little bit late, but we will be working on that, you know, in the future. So we'd love to have guests and I'm so excited about this guest, Connie. This is our first guest on our talk show, and she is an amazing person. So I can't wait to introduce her right now. Yeah. But yeah, Happy Healthy Mommies is about empowering women in their mental, physical, financial health, and we are bringing subjects to our show and keeping them real talk with real people. Okay, that's who we are. And we want everybody to know out there, if you know somebody going through some kind of
Yes.
problem, issues, whether it's mental, physical, we're here to support them.
You're
And
not
we have in our group, we have people that are, we can always talk one-on-one as well with our guests, and we're here to support. So we appreciate it.
Yes.
And I think now we're gonna introduce our guest.
Great. So I'm gonna go behind the scenes and I'll be back. Okay, Esther?
Sounds good. So I want to introduce our guest. Her name is Christina Diaz. I've known her for a long time. And in a recent event she did, because she did a fundraiser for one of my friends who had breast cancer, we found out that we actually known each other since I was probably like 10 years old, because she's related to she's friends with one of my cousins. So we've really known each other forever. And then we crossed paths again. She is an amazing person. She's with a company affiliate of Devoted, and I am so excited to introduce Christina Diaz.
Yay! Hello.
Welcome to our show. I'm so excited to have you on board with us.
Thank you for having me. It's really an honor.
Yes. So, Christina, we were talking about it, and I just this shows, like I said, it's real talk with real people, which that's what you are. We're all real people, right? In a way. And I just want you to share with the group a little bit about your journey in your business, right? In your small business that now has consumed, and is doing very well for you. So we want you to talk a little bit about your business. And your journey as a person, because I think the person is important, and how your business impacted your journey in regards to your physical, mental, or financial health.
Absolutely. Thank you. So my name is Christina Diaz, and I've been an affiliate with Devoted, which is Premier Designs. We are named Devoted. I've been with them for 10 years. Now, this is a business that I started while I was working full-time in the corporate world. Last year, I got let go from my full-time job, and I didn't know what was next for me. I was like, okay, well, I'll take a break. It was okay with my husband. So I was like, oh, he's giving me the green light to not look for, a full-time job in the corporate world, where I was like, okay, well, I have a business. I have to continue to work my business. It's really been life-changing how Premier Designs, now Devoted, has changed my life in so many ways, but mainly spiritually. God's always preparing us for what's next, because we just never know what's next.
Yep.
And I guess my eyes were blinded to unnotice, the why. And now I get it. It takes time, and it takes life experience to open your eyes to realize, like, why you're in where you're at, or why you're placed where you're at. So it's been incredible meeting so many women, connecting with incredible women as yourselves, you and Connie, and everyone that is a part of this group, to enrich our lives together. God makes incredible connections for different reasons, where he doesn't place people in our life just by chance. It's by honor. Now I believe it. Now I understand it. So through my business, it's just so ironic how I've done so many fundraisers, where at first, when I started with my business, my idea was, I'm just going to be in it 2 years. I'm going to be doing this, as my weekend job, selling jewelry, making money, extra money, because we never make enough, right? No matter how much money we make, it's never enough money because
we know how to spend it. We know how to spend it.
exactly, the list of items or things that we need money for, it's just endless. So my plan was to do it for 2 years. I joined Premier in September of 2010, the day after my birthday. It was a gift to me. So to myself, I was like, okay, girlfriend, you're going to get this. You're going to get into this business and you are going to hustle, because that's what I was taught in life. I grew up with a single mom. I'm an only child, so it's just been her and I. And so I was like, I need to hustle because I was getting prepared for my dream wedding. I am married, which next month it'll be 8 years being married to Manuel Diaz, an awesome man. I prayed for somebody like him for so long, and again, God answered my prayers. And only He knew what He had in store for us together, as a marriage, as a couple. So yeah, my plan was to do it for 2 years to save money for that dream wedding. Our wedding came, and yes, with my business, I was focusing just on making money. And it turns out that, after being married, I was like, oh, I love Premier. I love the sisterhood. I love what this business is bringing me, because the company is based on biblical principles and they honor God and they serve their people. Then it was like, okay, it's not just about making money. And I was doing in-home parties, connecting with women that would tell me their stories, different life stories, where I would just inject them with a dose of hope or words of encouragement. And that to me felt amazing. I was like, okay, I don't care if I don't sell any jewelry in this home where I was placed, because, and impacting somebody's life in a positive way, to me, was priceless. So my why of why I started this business started to change. So
That's totally okay. That's how life is.
Yes, absolutely. And our life changes every 3 months. That's like for everybody, it changes every 3 months. And, whether it is at home, personally, at work, in your marriage, relationships, whatever, every 3 months, our life is changing. And we always have to learn to embrace that change, right? Embrace every season of our life. So, going back when I was 27, I suffered an accident. I was crossing the street, and I got hit by a motorcycle. The motorcycle was in between the lanes. I had the right of way to cross. I flew in the air and fell on my hip. So since that accident, it has caused a lot of, aches and pains. Where back when I was 27 and I was going to doctors and getting therapy for my body and being attended for those injuries, they always asked me, do you have children? And I was 27. I was like, no. Back then in my mind, I was like, I want to travel the world. I want to help my mom. I want to be the daughter that she deserves so she could be proud of me and, help her at home with bills and income and whatnot. So doctors asked, and I was like, no, I don't have any children. And it wasn't in my mind. I was like, yeah, in the future, I have no idea when. But so I was always told that, I would have issues trying to get pregnant. And back then it would go in through one ear and go out the other. I was just like, okay, well, when that time comes, we'll see what happens. Because back then I was not in the spiritual place that I am today. Mm-hmm. So when I married Manny, I shared with him, and he was just like, we'll let God do what he has to do with us, you know, whether it is that we have children or not, whatever his plan is with us, you know, like I accept you. So I was like, awesome. Okay. So I had to be honest and let him know. So 6 years ago, in March of 2014, yes, we got pregnant. And we were so happy. We yearned so much to become parents since the day we got married. And we were so excited, and we were like, okay, we can't share yet because, you know, we wanted to make sure that we waited through the first trimester to share with the family first and, you know, our very close friends. And the very first day, I was always in pain since the moment that I found out that I was pregnant. When I would walk, when I would get up from the bed, it was painful. In my abdomen, I was like, Jesus, you know, being pregnant is painful. So I had started seeing my doctor, and I told my doctor, like, hey, you know, I'm spotting a little bit. Like, is this normal? It was my first pregnancy. So I was a little nervous, and I was like, I'm in pain. Like, I'm always in pain. And the doctor was like, it's implanting. It's a part of, you know, of being pregnant. It's implanting. So I was like, okay. So we scheduled our first ultrasound, which it was right before we were going to be 2 months along. Mm-hmm. That I went to work that morning, the day before our first ultrasound. And I got to work, and the moment that I sat at my desk chair, I was in excruciating abdominal pain, and I was like passing out. And one of my coworkers, who I'm very close friends with, well, two of them, because we were the first three that would always, you know, the first ones in the office. And thank God that they were there to help me. I was passing out, and my body started like shaking uncontrollably. And my mouth got real dry. Like, I was very scared, and I hadn't told them. They're like, Christina, what's going on? And I just told them, please call 911. I was like, I'm pregnant. I don't know what's going on. And my body was just shivering and shivering. And I just felt like I couldn't talk. It was like paralyzing me. So I gave my cell phone to one of my friends, and I just told her, please call Manny. Like, back then he was working at a different place. I'm like, you need to call him. Like, don't text him. So she got in touch with him. Like, please tell him what's going on. So they called the paramedics, and within like 15 minutes, I was at Northwestern Hospital, and my husband got there like within 30 minutes, and they told us that it was a ruptured ectopic pregnancy, and we obviously didn't know, because we hadn't had our first ultrasound. So of course that was very heartbreaking, very devastating for both of us. We had our moment together where we cried our eyeballs out right before the anesthesiologist walked in to, you know, put me to sleep so they can perform the surgery to drain the blood out of my stomach. And obviously the pregnancy was terminated. Yeah. And that was probably the most difficult thing that I have ever encountered. I'm sorry, of course it's emotional. But talking about it helps so much. It helps to heal, because I know that I'm not the only one this has happened to. I know it's happened to so many women.
And it's very dangerous for the woman. Like,
yes.
Dangerous. So it's not even, it's emotional and it's physical.
Absolutely. And going through an ectopic pregnancy, if a woman, you know, you could lose your life. It's very dangerous. And many women have passed away because they don't have that help to where you're passing out. If I would have been home, I would have passed out. and I would have, bled in my stomach. It's just like a brain aneurysm, but it's like all in your stomach. So thank God I was at work where these two coworkers were there and called 911. So that's where my life changed at a different level, to where it's like I was taken down to the abyss of como dicen en español, tocando fondo. I was mad at God. I was mad at myself. I thought about it as a punishment. I'm like, well, I thought, I think I'm a good person. I think I do good deeds. Why am I being punished this way? And it's like I condemned myself. When we do bad things and we, in our life, whether when we're younger, whatever, when we do bad things, we think that when something else in the future happens, oh, it's punishment. That's how we see it. Mm-hmm. And I've learned that it's not. So after being home for 3 months from that loss, I became a monster within myself. Like, I hated myself. I still kept smiling, hiding, because that's what, that's not so easily will you talk about it, because you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of being criticized. And you're afraid of seeing as you're worthless. So I just kept it quiet. When friends, close friends would come and visit me, they know who they are. They're probably going to watch this. They're watching right now. I thank them immensely, but and family as well. They would come and visit, and inside of me, I was like, they're feeling sorry for me. Like, they're just, coming over because they're feeling sorry for me. Like, I wasn't grateful about just them being by my side and being like, hey, Christina, it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. So I went through depression, bad depression, to where I couldn't see a pregnant woman walking down the street. I was invited to baby showers and I couldn't attend because I was, I was like, I'm just going to be there and it's just not going to feel right for me. Then I had gone back to work because I'm like, okay, I need to try to get out of this the way that I'm feeling. I wasn't accepting that it was depression. I was like, I'm going to be okay. I can control this. I have a strong mind. That's what I kept telling myself, because I'm a strong woman, because I was raised by a strong woman. I kept telling myself that. And I found myself crying alone so many times, whether I was driving or in the shower or just, random places. Like I wasn't breaking myself free. So when I was working in the corporate world, I was doing accounting. To me, it was a great opportunity, but I think I saw it more as like stress, because it was just added stress to me because of my desire to become a mom. I was very uncomfortable where I was at work, and I started to pray, and I was like, God, like, I don't like it here. Like, I don't feel happy about being here. Like, help me. What do I need to do to get up every morning and feel happy about coming to work? I felt happy about seeing my coworkers because, they would make me feel so special. And it was a family. It was like working with a family. So, so I just kept going to work, and it just became very stressful. One day I had a panic attack at my desk. Horrible panic attack. Never knew what it was. I thought I was having a heart attack. And that's when I knew anxiety was, creeping in. So depression and anxiety started because of everything that I felt inside, of how I was feeling, the feelings that I had bottled in, that I wouldn't talk about. Then it started, affecting my relationship with my husband, not in a bad way, just to where he was becoming very impatient and, telling me like, oh, siempre estás triste, or, you have to, you're always a happy person. Why are you're the one that's always bringing me up, and now you're like down. And I would try to explain, and again he was like, I know you're a strong woman, like you can do this. Like we have to accept what God has put in our life. And so I was just like, okay, like in my mind I'm like, I have to be strong, I have to be strong. So then I was like, okay, God planted the seed in my heart to try infertility treatments. So I talked to him about it. And that was, so a year after we lost that first pregnancy, while I was going through depression and anxiety, I talked to him about it, and he was like, well, if that's what you want to do, I'm like, please, like, do it for me. He didn't want to do it, but I was like, please, like, let's do it. Like, of course I need you. I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, like, let's go ahead. I'm like, I'll make the appointment. I know exactly where I want to go. And I landed with a great doctor who my OB-GYN had referred me to. And he ended up being the same doctor that helped, what's her name? Gianna Rancic? Is that her name? Gianna Rancic? Yeah. She's somebody famous.
Okay.
So anyhow, she's from the owner of I think it's RPM Steak. I could be wrong, but anyhow. So anyhow, this doctor gave me hope, and he gave me options. He gave us options. So we tried 2 cycles of IUI, which is intrauterine insemination. And that was, another journey, going through, injecting yourself, taking all this medication, a roller coaster of emotions, because it's so many hormones going through your. One moment I was, feeling happy. Another moment I was so sad. Another moment I was like so like mad at myself. And I was just like, wow, like this is just, it's hard. And those that have gone through infertility treatments understand that process, because it's not something easy. It's very hard, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. So we did 2 rounds. I remember it was in November. It was right before Thanksgiving when we went to go get, the blood results, and we were told that it was negative. My heart sank, and I was like, okay, well, sometimes it's not going to happen on the first time. The doctor's like, we can try another round, as many rounds as you guys want to try. So I talked my husband into it, and we decided to do another round. So the next month in December, we did another round, and again, it turned out negative. So yeah, they were unsuccessful, treatments, but we had to go through that. I had to go through that to gain the strength and to get closer to God. I was upset again, and I was like, okay, like, what's your plan with me? With us wanting to become parents. And my husband was like, that's it. I'm like, third time's a charm. They say that third time's a charm. Let's do it another time. And he was like, nope, I can't see you going through this anymore. And there's so many repercussions that it could have on your body, where they talk to you. You have to sign so many waivers and everything, where things can go wrong, So, and he was like, I don't want anything to happen to you. Let's just put it in God's hands. Like, we know that we can conceive. Like, understand it, Christina. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? If you're not agreeing to do another round, obviously we're not going to move forward with it. So that was that. And I decided to love myself more. I knew that I needed help with my depression, with the way that I felt inside. Because everybody that knows me thinks that Christina has her stuff together. Christina is, I've always been told that that I'm fun, and I didn't believe that, I'm like that's me, that's who God made me. And now I was finding myself hating myself, but hiding from everybody, hiding those feelings of Christina Aguirre Diaz, not liking herself because of what her body did or what her body can't do. So I talked to my husband. I was like, I want to see a psychiatrist, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, in our culture, with our Latino families, we don't easily open up to mental awareness, to
We're crazy.
Right. It's like, oh, vas con un loquero, vas con un psiquiatra, estás loco.
Yeah. No.
And it's like, no, pues, será el sereno, I'm like, I know I'm not crazy, because if I were crazy, I wouldn't be feeling the way that I feel, like it's, so anyhow, he was all for it. He's like, yo te apoyo, I support you in whatever you want to do. So I started researching psychiatrists in my area, and I again found somebody that I thought was a good fit, and I made an appointment, and it took, I remember it was like, I don't know, 4 weeks. It wasn't like something soon, because to get into an appointment with a psychiatrist, it's the wait is a little long. It could be a little long. So I remember my first appointment with her, like I couldn't sit still. Like my body would, my hands were just doing this, sweating, because of the anxiety. And I remember, like, after I was, every session, a box of Kleenex next to me, and I could talk to her about anything. And I was like, I was feeling more comfortable and more comfortable seeing her and talking to her about my feelings, about how I felt about myself. And, just we talked about everything, about me growing up, relationships with my mom, reconnecting with my father. That wasn't a part of my life since I was 2 years old. And, so many things, and it felt good. It felt good. And I would talk to her, and she put me on medication, which we tried different types of medications. And at first I kind of was fighting it. I was like, I don't want to be on medication, because that's gonna totally like impair my thinking or slow me down, but I was like, okay, if I am put on this journey of seeing a psychiatrist, I have to be open to taking medication. So I was seeing the psychiatrist for 3 years. 3 years I went to a psychiatrist.
Yes.
And
we want to know that that's okay.
Yes, it is okay. You have to accept, to try to help yourself and learn how to love yourself. I thought I always loved myself. I mean, that's what I always thought. But when you go through such difficulty of, things that really hurt you in different ways, the loss of parents, the loss of children, pregnancies, or just, a divorce, or whatever the case may be, we forget about ourselves, and we kind of, we have to see it as a moment of acceptance of that's a part of our story. Learning to love yourself, forgive yourself, and know that it's not a punishment. It's a way that you learn to say yes to God.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I am.
we like to say on Happy Healthy Mom is that it's okay to put yourself first.
Yes, yes. And I had to learn that because I never put myself first. And I had to learn that. So fast forward, last year, 2019 was a year of change for me because we know that our life is always changing for the best. We have to think that we're always working towards the best version of ourselves because we want to become the best human being that we can. We're only here temporary, so we have to try to make the best that we can. Last year, when I got let go from work, I was like, okay, like what's next for me? I kept praying and I was like, Lord, like, show me the way I should walk. What's next? So I had always planned. It was a dream. It's not that I had planned. I had saved for it, but it was always a desire in my heart to take my mom to Holy Land, to Israel, to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, all those sacred places. And I didn't know when that would happen, but I wanted to make sure that it happened for my mom. And she turned 70 last year. And I told her, hey, we're going on this trip. You know, we have to go. We're going on this trip. I know it's always been your desire to go and visit the place where our Savior was born, where his life, happened, and where he, gave his life for us. And she was so excited. I was like, I'm going to get let go in May. And it was like, God put everything like he aligns everything. He aligns everything because he's in control. So last year in October, we ended up going, and it was such a blessing that we ended up going with a very intimate group of 30 of us, with a group of priests that my mom already knew. So it was very special because the group that we were in, it was people that we knew. So it was very nice. It was very life-changing for me. I had to surrender. Like I was, when we were out there, we visited some places where when you walk in, it's something you can't control. Like you're just letting, I was just like, take me, God, like my heart is yours. I am your daughter, and I have to surrender. I have to stop fighting against your will. Like I know you are fighting for me. And whatever is next for me, because you know my life, you wrote it. So I, cried my eyeballs out, poured my heart out, and I felt so light doing that, like internally. I felt great about it. And I prayed, I was like, if your will is for me to become a mother, whether it is that I, can conceive a child, whether I become a foster mom, whether I become an adoptive mom. I was like, whatever your will is, I will be obedient because you are placing that in my heart. So my husband and I had conversations in the past about foster parenting or adopting. And I've always been for it, but he wasn't too agreeable to it because of what will people say? What will the family say? And to me, it's like, it's not what the family says. This is our life. This is our marriage. This is you and I. The decisions that we make, those that do not accept it, not everyone's going to agree with us and support us, but it's okay. It's okay. So he wasn't that on board with that. So fast forward this year, 2020, which has impacted the whole world, living through a pandemic. We've suffered, the world has suffered in so many ways. Every home, everybody's suffering. still to this day. In March, I started to, feel a little weird, a little off. And I was like, maybe it's just me getting older, because I'm in my 40s, early 40s.
Yeah. We're still young. We're still young.
Absolutely. Una flor de mayo. Somos flor de mayo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was feeling off, and I was ignoring it. I was just like, it's just, probably early menopause. So on April 22nd, which was the same day 6 years ago that I was rushed to the hospital with a ruptured ectopic pregnancy, that same day I woke up, because every year that date is very heavy on my heart. I got up that morning and I was like, Jesus, like it's today's the day. Like, it marks 6 years that you gave us something and you took it away. But I'm not going to be mad anymore. I was like, I'm going to thank you for what you've done in our lives, and worship you and adore you, because you continue to work. Like, I'm not going to see this day as a sad one anymore. So I went about my day. I had to go to Costco because I was looking for some Clorox wipes. Because, it's so hard to find those nowadays.
Yeah.
So I was, excuse me, I was looking for some Clorox wipes, and I was at a red light. And I started to feel like I wanted to faint. And I was like, oh my God, I got a little scared. I rolled down the window of my car, and I was like taking deep breaths. And I was like, maybe I'm hungry. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, let me treat myself. So I went through a drive-through McDonald's. I don't normally eat McDonald's, but I felt scared. I was like, what's going on? Maybe I need something to drink. I ordered a double cheeseburger and a small Sprite through the drive-through. So then I'm eating the cheeseburger. And as I'm like halfway through the cheeseburger, I was like, Jesus, this cheeseburger tastes a little crappy. And I was like, why does it taste crappy? I love cheeseburgers. I ignored that I was like, this cheeseburger tastes like crap. So I just kept about my day. And when I got home, I told my husband, hey, something weird happened to me today. Like, I felt like I wanted to faint, that I ate a cheeseburger. And he's like, well, didn't you say you were late? I'm like, yeah, well, I've been late before. And he's like, why don't you take a pregnancy test? And I'm like, it's going to probably be negative. I don't want to get my hopes up. He's like, but you've been feeling weird. And I'm like, I have. So I had 2 pregnancy tests tucked away from like last year. I'm like, why have 2 pregnancy tests here at home? But they're probably expired. So I pulled them out and I peed on the stick, and we're like pacing back and forth from the kitchen to the living room. And we were like, oh my God, just waiting for 3 minutes. That felt like half hour. So I walk in the bathroom, and I had placed the test, and I put a tissue of toilet paper on top so we could both see it together. I walked in there and I take it, and it's a yes. We were like, oh my God, like we couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe that it said yes. And we didn't know what to do with ourselves. We were speechless. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I had to sit down to let it sink in and to digest that it said yes. And I remember that Manuel sat down next to me, and I'm like crying, and we're both crying, we're both tearing, and we're happy and we're emotional. And I sat down and I just looked up, and I was just talking out loud. I'm like, Jesus, like I'm sorry. I'm sorry for focusing my area, focusing my attention in my pain, and not focusing my attention fully on you. Because if that's not a way that he speaks, I don't know what it is. Because it was that same day that I had lost a pregnancy 6 years ago. So to us, it just spoke volumes of how God works. again, I was almost 2 months along, where 3 weeks later, I went into like a full labor. I got contractions. I don't know what that pain was, but it was very strong pain. I don't know what I was going through. My husband was like getting ready to go to work, and I was like, honey, let me just drive myself to the hospital. You can't go in with me anyway to the emergency room because of what we're going through right now. Our current living condition where you're in the hospital and you have to be by yourself because of COVID. I'm like, I'll call you. I'll keep you on the phone. I'll let you know. And I had already started spotting. And 2 days before that day, which was in May 20th of this year, I had seen my OB-GYN and they had put me on progesterone. But she never told me that it seemed like a threatened miscarriage, of course, because she didn't want to alarm me. But I kind of knew, and I kind of felt in my heart that, you know, that my pregnancy wasn't going to progress. But I kept that hope. You know, I still had that faith, and I was like, God is working in me. I have to let him do what he needs to do. And so I went to the hospital, and when I walked in, I told them that I was pregnant, and right away they took me in. Thank God there was like nobody in the emergency room because it was like 2 a.m. when I arrived. So when I went into the hospital room where they assigned me to, they gave me a little cup, and the nurse is like, we need a sample of your urine. So fast forward, I go into the bathroom, and I, you know, put my pants down, and it's just nonstop blood coming out. So I'm in there by myself, and I knew, I'm like, okay, I'm having a miscarriage. As hard as it was, you know, I thank God, because I mean, I tried to like clean myself or everything, and there was like, I heard the thump, like I heard it fall in the toilet. And when I looked down, like I saw my little baby, and I lost it. And I didn't stop thanking him. I was like, God, thank you for whatever it is that you're doing in my body, whatever it is that your purpose is. Like, I need to understand, I need to accept your will. And I need to believe that you are not done with me. I never thought that we could conceive again. And I mean, this year I turned 44. And again, I like, oh, because of my age, which my OB-GYN that I'm seeing, she's over 35 years of practice. She's like, sweetie, I have patients that are 48, 49, and are 8 months pregnant right now. It's not your age.
Not that much.
And again, you know, I was like, thank you, God, for aligning everything, the doctor that I'm seeing, and just everything, because now I have to believe, and I truly believe that he is not done with me. I am a part of a Spanish Bible study. It's called Abrázame, where I've connected and met such incredible women that pray. We pray together. They've been with me through this journey. All the ladies, the señoras that went with us to Tierra Santa, praying for me, praying for Manny and I. And it's just incredible when you learn to say yes to God. And now it's like, I see it as, it's no punishment. This is my story, and I have to embrace it. I'm not the only one.
I'm sorry. We thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today. And I want you to share what do you think that you can help like other women, you know, in their health, and help, you know, have them connect with you.
Absolutely. So again, this is how God works. Through this, it has happened to me. Now it's been 7 months, in May. So it's just happened where friends are like, I have a friend who just lost, who had a pregnancy loss. Another friend that she all the way from Mexico, she lost her baby twins at 6 months. And it's like now I'm connecting with strangers and we're talking together to heal together. And I'm like, Jesus, if this is, my calling to, help just to be a part of a tribe of support for pregnancy loss, like, let it be. I have to, be obedient to your calling and your desire in my life. So I am open to speaking to whoever is going through, what I've been through, because I know it's hard. I know it's not something that we can easily open up and talk about. It's such a taboo subject, especially with us being Latinos. Like, we have to, poner la cara de que we're strong, that we are made of iron, and no, you have to learn to embrace it and put on the armor of God and know that He's writing our story, and whatever is next, we just have to be obedient to what His desire is. So I would love to be, I'm open to, through my business, I've done different kinds of fundraisers for so many different causes. And it happens through, a community effort, a team effort of raising funds for different causes. And I would love to, start something myself to where I'm connecting with women that have suffered pregnancy loss, that we can heal together, and send me their information if they're okay with it, or maybe you just want them to be surprised. I would love to send a little note or a little piece of jewelry or something, just to let them know, like, hey, you are valid, you are important, you are so worthy. We are so fearfully and wonderfully created. We're so unique, and we have to learn to love ourselves, even
and help empower ourselves as women together, like help us grow. And again, that's what our group is about. This talk show is about, actually. That's what I'm talking about. This talk show, our Happy Healthy Mommy. That's what we're about. Like, these are the kind of guests that we want to bring on board. Christina. And then Christina also, through her small business, which, because I know our time is limited, I couldn't cut you off. It's just your journey was too important to me. I know we promised everybody 1 hour. We're trying to keep it to it. But when you have a journey like this, it needs to be shared out there. It needs to be talked about, because people don't talk about it, and that there is support for other women that have had miscarriages, pregnancy loss, that are doing the in vitro. It's not easy. It's not painful. So I appreciate you, Christina, so much for sharing this. But I also want you to share maybe a little bit how your business has helped you empower yourself to help you grow as a businesswoman with the company Devoted, and the event that we're gonna do right now as well.
Yes. So through my small business, it has again changed my why and brought me closer to God, because of what they stand for. Where it has helped me find value in myself, and through it, and because of it, I mean, through all these things that I've been through in life, these miscarriages and depression and anxiety, there was always somebody from that company, even the company themselves, like they would send me flowers, which I, didn't get that support from like the CEO or managers or whatnot from the, my corporate job. But it's just so special. So how they care about their people. And that, to me, it helped me, being a part of Premier, now Devoted, has helped me believe in myself, build my self-esteem, and have confidence in myself. Because like I said, everybody thinks like, oh, this girl's got it together. No, I didn't always have it together. We are always a work in progress, right, and in process. So through my business, like I said, I don't focus anymore on like me making money. Like, it's always like, oh, you want to have your business. Of course, money always helps. But when God knows the need of different causes, and if we can unite forces to, do a fundraiser for whatever it is, a family that is going through a terminal illness, or your favorite organization, your favorite foundation of where, you want to have these proceeds donated to, I donate 50% of my profit to whatever organization, or cause that is chosen. And the company itself, Devoted, every brand that is sold in my website already supports a cause. So the company is supporting a cause. There's different causes, which in the link that is going to be shared, because I'm going to be conducting a fundraiser for Happy Healthy Mommies, so that I can cover the administrative fees that you ladies go through, and to help a little bit with that. And there's just so many special items of jewelry that some of them have Bible scripture. Yay! And what I'm wearing.
Right? But yeah, I got they're back. I love it.
Yeah, so through this business, it's it's not just about selling, it's about impacting the world and making our dollars count. We can always shop at other, online platforms, large platforms, but it's always nice to support a small business and know that your dollars are making a difference in a family's home and impacting the world. So yeah, it's awesome that I'm going to be conducting this fundraiser for Happy Healthy Mommies. It starts on Friday. It's going to be a private event, but you ladies are going to be sharing the link and adding them to a group, an event that I'm going to create in Facebook. But it starts on Friday, November 6th, and it's going to run for 8
days.
Ending on Saturday, November 14th. So it gives everybody plenty of time to go in there and shop. There's items that are starting at $8, which is like soap and lotions, body wash, and there's items as expensive as $200. So there's different price marks.
I mean, there's Christmas coming, Christmas shopping. Support your local representatives. That's what we're about. We're about supporting each other as women. We want to help, local women, small business owners grow their business, because I'm not saying that big corporations don't deserve, right? But it's always good to support local women. There's enough going around to support each other, and what's better than supporting our women and empowering us to grow.
Absolutely. And again, I want to mention real quick, for anybody that has a friend or a family member that I could mail a little gift of love to them, please send me their information and I'd be happy to do it, because sometimes when we hear positive words from a stranger, it really makes a difference. I met so many women going to that fertility clinic, architects, lawyers, doctors, and so many women struggle that, I'm sure everybody knows somebody.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you again, Christina. We appreciate you sharing your journey. I know it's not, my camera's all over the place. I know it's not easy, so I appreciate you for coming out, because it's hard.
It's not easy. But I did good. I gotta pat myself on the back.
Yeah, I'm patting you on the back for you. And Christina, my heart is pounding. I was like, it's okay. We're real talk with real women. That's what our show is about.
This is me.
Yes.
This is my life. This is my life story, and I have embraced it. I've learned to share it, because I've learned that I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
You're not.
We are here to try to live the best life that we can live, and with hardships, sadnesses, walking through darkness, but we need to get up and keep moving forward to try to make tomorrow better.
Okay. Thank you again for being on our show, Christina. We'll be in touch, and we are going to be sharing her link to her private Facebook group that she does for her devoted, and we're going to be sharing the link for our Happy Healthy Moms fundraiser. So please feel free to share that with anybody that you think will benefit, because if anything, also they can also, become consultants and do the parties with Christina, and she can teach them how to
Yes.
do all that. Okay, so. Again, we're here to support each other. That's what our talk show is about. So we appreciate everybody coming on today. And again, if you're seeing this on replay, we want you to put #replay. All right, Christina. See you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christina. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. How was that, Connie? Wasn't that amazing?
I'm still like,
oh my God, I know. It's just because I was talking, I was kept in it. My sister's probably like, I can't believe you didn't cry. I just, we had talked about it before and I was crying before. So it was, you know what? She was so brave. Like and I'm like, if you're comfortable, whatever, you talk about your journey and how your business, that's what we want to talk about. Happy Healthy Moms Talk Show is about empowering women with women and what they're doing in their small businesses or what they're doing to help improve their lives, their health, whether it be mental,
yes,
physical, or financial health. But we are here to support you in this process.
Absolutely. And I also wanted to share the group that we have, our Happy Healthy Moms. If you want to join us in our Happy Healthy Moms group, these are different things that we're talking about. We also have a walking club. We are promoting walking 10,000 steps. We're encouraging each other, helping each other. We're encouraging each other to stay hydrated, to stay healthy. And then joining our group, you'll know when we have our next guest coming up. I'm just moved. Like, she's doing a fundraiser so that we can continue to do the Happy Healthy Moms Club, because it's not, although some platforms are free, we still have to pay for like so many different things to have this work.
Yeah.
And I'm just moved.
And we love to give away free stuff back. We put it back into our group. So
we put it right back into the group.
Put it right back. Because everybody who's in our group right now, they know that. So
yes,
we're just
trying to, because we just love on our moms and our women. We just want to support them, and that's our commitment. We also have another sponsor, which is HBN Naturals, who also is going to be giving away some samples. And I'm looking to see, I don't see any top sharers immediately, but next week we'll announce the top sharers and we'll give some gifts away next week from this week's episode. So make sure you watch next week.
Or even if you do on the #replay, make sure you comment on there that what you thought about the talk show. If you know anybody, again, we could help reach out to us personally and we can connect you with Christina, because she is really she is a total awesome woman, and she loves to help other women and motivate them, because you know what, I think like her, like if you help other women, God will help you. It's karma, right? Good karma. Simple as that, right? Good karma. Who doesn't want good karma in their life? Because that bad karma, girl, it comes to you.
Yeah. So that's what we have. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please let us know if you don't have, please let us know in the comments. Please send us a message if this made a difference for you, if you found value in this conversation. Please let us know. We want to know how we're doing and how we can make a difference. And if you know someone that has a story, that's on a journey and has a story to share, please connect us so that we can get in touch with them and see if we're a fit for each other so that we can support each other. I love you all. Thank you so much. I love you.
Peace, love, and harmony, everybody.
Bye.
#HappyHealthyMommy.